Welcome, everybody, to the Heart Full of Hallmark podcast. I have a newcomer. I have Alec Santos, and then we have this guy back.
Jesus, I've already got a moniker.
Well,
maybe I can take my glasses off.
Max McGuire.
So handsome.
So international.
The troll of Ottawa.
The troll of Ottawa. That's your.
Do you have any special powers, like the troll Central Park at a green thumb? What's your special
you paid the fee to pass.
He's paying my fee.
Well, there
you go.
I hope you have change.
Do you take American?
Anytime, please. Yeah. All the time. We prefer it.
So anyways, guys, we're here to talk about the brand new Unwrapping movie. We just talked about Cindy's, and we're going to be talking about Natalie Hall and Alec Santos's movie. And this is awesome because I got everybody lined up, but I got to talk to Alec. So this is great. Natalie, I'm going to have her on for her next movie. I've already talked to her. We're going back and forth talking about that, but we're going to see how this goes. So tell us a little bit about this movie. This one is called Tina's Miracle. Max, I'm going to start with you.
Yes, this is the opening movie of the series, and it's about a young woman named Tina who is tasked with her friends who have a wrapping store, and they're throwing the big Christmas gala for the first time. And she has to solve the problem of the venue. And there's a little bit of a wrinkle when that venue might be sold by a heartless developer who maybe has a heart.
Maybe.
Spoiler alert.
Maybe he has a heart, or maybe he turns into a Grinch, anti-Hallmark.
Never. The beauty of the brand
you
is
never know. You never know. You have to watch till the end to find out.
This is Alec. That's a good point.
Yeah.
And who is Alec in this story? Maybe he's the man who finds a heart.
I guess I play Michael Alonso. Michael is a very, very successful person. He's one of those mergers and acquisition guys, but instead of a suit and tie, he wears plaid and leather jackets. He's really cool. The love of his life, though, is his daughter, his 9-year-old, turning 10-year-old daughter, and he will do anything for her. He's not looking for love right now because his goal in life is to keep the business going and to make his daughter happy. So when love comes knocking on his door, it's a surprise.
On one of his many doors.
Yes. That's true.
And we spoke of Natalie. Who is Natalie in this story, and what was it like to work with her for the first time, Alec?
So Natalie plays Tina, who is mentioned in the title of the movie, the first Unwrapping movie. So Tina's story. So these 4 women, they run this successful wrapping store, and she's kind of like the brain of the operations. She's the one that came up with the idea. She seems to have it all together, except for her love life, I suppose. But it's not something she's concerned of. She's not worried that she hasn't found anyone. She is someone that is worried about everybody else. She's worried about her dad. She's worried about all the other women she works with who are also her best friends in life. And Natalie is very close to Tina in that sense too. Natalie cares about everybody on set, man. Like she, cared about Max. She cared about me. She cared about the grips and the people doing the lights. Asked them if they needed a coffee, asked them if they wanted anything. She is the most giving person, and she's like that in front of a camera too. So it was pretty great. It was pretty great to be around somebody like that.
We're just gonna throw a spoiler in there. Is there a chance that there's a kiss in there?
Yeah, I'd bet on it. In a betting market for sure. I would definitely bet.
I'd probably put my money.
Yeah.
If it was a 50-50, I'd aim on that side too.
Yeah, I think the real bet is like, is there more than one kiss? Because
That's a good point.
Mm.
My mother-in-law texted me. She's watching all the movies that are on right now. Mama D with her focaccia,
Mhm.
and she was watching one that was made in Ottawa at the exact same time we were filming. She goes, "Two kisses," but your movies look better. Sorry about that, Borga. If you see it, and Brittany, I know you guys all watch Noah all the time,
Right.
and we all look forward to making a movie with you too. Lee Films, but in Ottawa, we figured out the process.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Your mom's focaccia. I miss it.
I write it postcards.
So I guess the answer to the kiss is
So you're telling me there's a chance?
That's
maybe.
fun. Yeah.
Go to the next part where he's entertaining them on the sofa.
If I had that clip, I would, man. If I had that clip.
Every time I tell a dad joke, you should do that.
We were quoting that movie throughout the entire production. That's very strange. It just came up. Yeah.
Well, I got asked, can you put some clips in there of funny films? I said, okay, I gotta watch out because some of those films are very picky with what you can use and what you can't. But if one of us stutters, I can always use
Today, Junior.
if we need to.
It's an impediment, not a stutter.
There. That's true.
2024.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, 20. I thought these were the kids of building people up, not knocking them down. No, I thought that was your generation.
Oh no, we're a very mixed breed here.
I forgot. It's the northeast of America. Okay, they still bully in the Bronx.
It's swinging.
Just in Ohio. Ohio. Our mood always depends on, did the Buckeyes win?
Fair.
And did the Blue Jackets win?
Meantime,
But not the Browns. Nobody has any.
Nobody's got money on the Browns.
No, not in my household. No. We're a Steelers family.
Oh, nice.
Whoa.
Nice.
That's
Good,
dangerous.
good.
Those are fighting words in the Northwest.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. Meantime, we're like, who are the Buckeyes?
Yeah. Google. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Can you say that? You gotta bleep that out.
Well, we'll see.
I spend all my time watching the Hallmark Channel, so I don't have any time to watch.
Yeah, we just place bets on kisses.
Yeah.
We're rich.
Where's the tongue at in this one?
Oh wow. Okay.
This is good. No, you didn't warn us about the questions.
Yeah, these are prop bets now. We're going.
Wow, we got a gambler in the house.
Which kiss is a bit spicy?
Hey, hold on, no. There's something important to know. When the soccer games were on,
Oh yeah.
both Euro Cup and Copa,
Yeah.
his phone was up, and he was definitely watching the game between takes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's a hot off the presses take.
Sure. I may have ruined a take by screaming goal on one of them. I was upstairs.
You know what? It's not ruined. It's just it keeps us on our toes when we react. Acting's about reacting, not acting.
Yeah,
That's true.
Well, I mean, Jake left the party early the last time because the Leafs lost, right? Didn't he leave your rap party a little bit early?
He came to a dinner on a previous movie, and he on the first movie of the series, and he had to go and stand like nose pressed to the TV like a child watching whatever the name of the show that the kids watch now, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting. It was like you're having a dinner conversation, we're all laughing, Cindy's like knocking down jokes, and then he's like, ugh. Sorry, what?
Yep. Yeah. So, sports are life, man. Sports are life.
Yeah. If you don't watch enough Hallmark movies.
Oh, I've seen every single one of them this year, man. I never stopped watching.
Have you watched them all? Like
I've watched every single one except for the one that just aired last night, Carol for Two. I'm watching that tonight.
Okay.
Wow, fantastic.
You got a favorite so far? I saw your review on Christmas Charade. My boy Corey Sevier directed that and starred in it.
That is my favorite one. That's my favorite one so far.
Very cool.
Of the season or of all time?
Of the season. Of the
Okay.
season right now, of the year right now, it has to be The Real West. That's a fantastic one. Bit of a slower one.
I don't
Major
know it.
a little bit. It's Kimberly Sossad's character plays a mom.
Same
And
star as the one with Corey. So you're on 2 for 2 with Kimberly movies.
yep.
Wow. Okay,
But
we'll have to get her in Ottawa. Alec, line it up.
Oh, no problem.
Just, yep.
just
Yeah.
a quick call.
Very cool. No, I love that I love that you're such a fan of these and you know everything about these and probably things about my movie I don't know.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
But back to this film. What was the most difficult scene to shoot in this particular film?
Alec, do you have one that stands out? I'm combing my brain here for what was the most difficult scene to shoot.
I think all the gala stuff, right? Because it was just
Yes.
so many people.
You had my actors, Alec and Natalie, they did some scenes. So I was in prep on the next movie while they were shooting those. So Amy shot the gala scenes or most of them. We got to shoot a couple of ours actually. We're very lucky that we got to shoot our own kiss and it wasn't rushed.
Right.
And we got to shoot our own meeting. So it was really you guys got hard pressed on the competition stuff. They had to fly through that like a meat grinder, all 4 movies.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. Yeah, there was an actor called, is it Darren Baker?
Yes,
Yeah.
Darren Baker. He's in like
It was
a big
phenomenal.
Netflix series, and he had to do 12 pages of dialogue basically.
Right, in one day for 4 different movies, all different.
But he got 4 paychecks. They bill per episode, right?
That makes sense. That's good. Well, I'm glad he got 4 paychecks. He definitely deserves it.
Yes, yeah.
One scene.
And then so some of the other movies, they had to shoot their finales while in this meat grinder, whereas we actually got to tuck away, go outside to a cute little set. And it was actually really beautiful, the way that lined up underneath outside in the backyard where they may or may not have a climax.
Yeah. A climax. Yeah, well, the climax of the movie, yes.
Yes, that one.
Yep. Well,
you wanted a
this was
tweetable
Hallmark
moment,
podcast.
Noah. You wanted a tweetable moment. I teed it up for you.
And then I tag Natalie right here. And
Yeah.
she goes, I'm never going on that podcast with these 3 guys.
No,
Fair.
You know what? We wouldn't hold it against her.
No, we wouldn't.
But what's your favorite scene in this particular film?
Favorite scene.
I actually like the maybe kiss.
The kiss is a really special one. It was really a lot of kiss. Like my experience with kisses, sometimes they feel unnatural, because of where you are. And but this one, it was just like
I have a favorite one.
The dinner scene.
Exactly when we shot it, I told you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you guys really the kid A was the anchor, and then B, you guys did nice playing off each other. There's a nice dinner scene where the kid grills them about their intentions.
Yeah, and it was really sort of natural. We were eating dinner and
it was a relaxed shoot. We weren't pressed for time like we are 90% of the time on these things, and
it was very it was that classic scene where the kid and the 2 adults are sort of against each other, and Presley, who plays Haley, did a terrific job. And
Presley Allard, great little actress.
Yeah. And I can't wait to watch that.
Yeah.
You've seen it all, so I can't,
You haven't seen them yet, Noah, have you? They're not released until the 7th. So
Yep.
I have.
Not until the 7th at midnight.
Have you seen them all or just your movies?
No, I've only seen mine. So I got to see Catherine's and Ashley's.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No, I liked in ours that we actually got to do more of our finale. I like different things about different ones. Like Cindy and Cindy's movie, we were so removed from everything, less intertwining, unfortunately, for the characters. But because it's the 4th, I think everybody feels like they know each other. My buddy Tyler Hines just did one of these, The Groomsmen. It seems like they had to do the same approach, pull a lot of scenes that they might have done together and put them into phone calls. Although my mother-in-law watched that and loved it.
Yep.
It seems like phone calls save the day on these crossovers because coordinating eight people is almost impossible. and holding people for that long on reserve, as opposed to, okay, let's pick our poison and find the scenes that matter where you're going to be together.
And then we have to share trailers, when
they were planning it here, they hadn't considered that, because we run 2-star trailers always.
Yeah.
When you have all 8, who gets the trailer? They're like, oh shit, we got to go rent stuff.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
They didn't even cross their mind. I was like, oh god. I was like, okay, well, half the finale is in a hotel. Get everybody a room.
Yeah.
So they'll all have their own rooms. And then the other half, figure it out. We're downtown in the market, hard to park stuff. At the end of the day, going to a hotel is just as far as going to a trailer.
Yeah.
When you're in the Byward Market in Ottawa, where we film all this stuff. I just ran into a guy at the coffee shop who was friends with my older cousin, who goes, I was going down Sussex this summer and I saw a whole bunch of stuff happening on the store. And it was a store we all knew growing up. I was like, yeah, that was us. We were there all summer. It's the main shopping store and the department store we used. And so,
it was hot. It was really hot in there.
We turned that AC off and let you guys boil in your coats.
Yeah.
You got thin coats. You got let off easy.
That was nice. Yeah, you guys give me a really thin coat. Yeah.
Leather coats and like a Henley or a small sweater. Whereas, you watch the ones where they got the scarf, the big woolies, and the hat. Middle of summer, 30-degree scorching Ottawa.
That's
humid.
Because we're in Minnesota, right? Is that?
Yeah.
It's really warm in Minnesota. The winter.
Yeah. That's what it's known for. Blistering sun.
Well, I have a friend who lives in Florida, and she texts me and asks, what temperature is it there? This morning it was 38 degrees, and she goes, how in the hell do you live in that? I'm like, what do you mean? It's 55 degrees, and she's in a coat, galoshes, full gear.
Were you born in 1932? Haven't heard galoshes in ages. And I'm the oldest one here.
She's an
old galosh. No.
Oh, she literally put galoshes on, and I'm like,
I drink Grolsch.
Yeah.
Listen, what's 36? So you take 32 off, divide by 2. What is
just
that?
Above 0, it'd be like
2 degrees. Yeah.
2 degrees. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Florida people, listen, they got alligators and meth. So I love all my Florida fans.
I went to high school in Florida, right? So don't be hating.
I love Florida. In fact, I would retire there if I was wealthy.
Yeah, fair.
And if I was wealthy, I'd still be doing this.
Oh, my man.
Wow.
You're wealthy in heart and spirit.
Sure are.
Yeah.
What do you got on your question deck for Alec? Let's grill him while we got him.
Grill me away.
Well, let's try that one more time. Let's talk about his next film. He has 2 films. So he's been a very busy man. Let's talk about your next film. So who stars in your other film, and tell us a little bit about that one.
So I guess Unwrapping is on Hallmark Plus, which, can we get that in Canada? I don't know. All my friends are asking. I'm not sure if we can get Hallmark Plus yet in Canada. And then the other movie, 10 Days Later, is on the Hallmark Channel on a Sunday. And it's with a star from a show called The Office, Angela Kinsey, who played Angela Martin in The Office.
Very cool.
So it's a bit of a different story because the mom takes center stage. It's all about the mom, and Hallmarks don't usually focus on the mom. So and it's not just her. There's a number of other pretty impressive actors. There's a gentleman from a very famous Canadian show called Corner Gas who plays her husband, Fred Ewanuk. And then sort of another number of pretty.
I think they're doing more of those because my buddy John McLaren just did one about moms too, and it was I can't remember who the star is, but it was an American TV star, mom, and a little bit older. I wrote a movie with 65-year-old leads, and it's hard to get off the ground, but there's a whole genre of the pejorative term, and I say this lovingly to our fans, was geezer pleaser. But my agent at the time said, no, we're going to relabel them old gold.
Old gold. Yeah. Yeah. Boomer humor.
Oh, whoa. Lay on the puns, Alec. What else you got?
I don't know. It's all I can come up with on the spot, you know.
Yeah.
Fine wine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a completely, whereas Unwrapping feels like Unwrapping is a really beautiful movie because it touches on subjects you don't often see on Hallmark either. You know, it touches on like the idea of second love, the idea of raising a kid on your own, you know, the idea of losing a loved one. There's some really intense, sad moments.
And let's spoiler alert here, Alec. I think we can share.
Yeah.
Alec is Brazilian, right? Background,
Mm-hmm.
and we got to do a little Portuguese in the movie.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was really cool. When they found out that I'm actually Latino Brazilian, they incorporated it into the character, which was an awesome thing for them to do.
And Natalie really wanted to press that, and we were talking through prep on a text chain of like where the opportunities were, and you wanted to do it, and then she said, "Yes, please do more."
Yeah. So I speak Spanish and Portuguese, which is kind of cool.
But here's the funny part: in post-production, some executives didn't know what he was saying, and so we got a note saying, "Can somebody translate this so we can put subtitles up?" I think. Did they end up doing subtitles?
They did, yeah. So I got the emails with like the scenes.
Okay.
For the appropriate subtitles, yeah.
I didn't mind
just,
it.
Little things like, because when you talk to your kid, you usually talk in another language in front of other people. You know, if you can speak two languages, that's what usually tends to happen.
Yeah, it's keeping the veil of emotional tyranny up.
Yeah, exactly. So Michael Alonso, he's sort of a Latino American character, like a lot of Americans are. They look like me, sound like me, but they probably have.
They don't look like you, most people. Noah, you and I on our best day are his backside.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, I mean, hell.
Look at that lettuce.
So I go from playing Michael Alonso, and then in this other movie, I play a character called Juan, and Juan is from Puerto Rico, and I have a full-on Spanish accent throughout the entire movie.
Oh, that's fun.
And it becomes sort of part of and it's very like, usually when you see sort of leading men in these movies, like they tend to play similar characters, so it's kind of really fun not to do that.
Can you do the rest of the interview with your Spanish accent?
I can, no, it's okay. We can do it if you like.
Oh,
like Max, he's the kind of director that I would hire anytime, because he understands you like really closely, and he's just a beautiful man to work with, inside and out.
God, it's actually poetic. We should have done this for your character.
Poetic.
I mean, it wasn't just the words.
Sure it wasn't, Max. Sure it wasn't.
Listen, I'm a sucker for flattery. Give this guy another close-up, okay?
Yeah, Natalie told me if you want close-ups, you say nice things to Max.
Jesus, Murphy, it's so
Tell
true.
me all the secrets, yeah.
I'm so fickle. Bought with an accent.
Yeah.
No, it's hard making movies, just so you know. It really is difficult.
I was told it was really hard, and it's one of the most boring experiences as a writer on set, because if you're not used to being on set, as an actor and a director, it's not just shoot. You have to take at least a couple hours to get the right shot, all the right lighting.
You know what, though? It's like an ant building a colony. It's not that it's boring. You just got to look and try to figure out what the order is being made of all these workers figuring it out. It's a symphony. It's like when you're young saying classical music's boring until you figure out how wild it actually is, and that somebody wrote this somewhere some time ago, and they're like, oh shit, this is like an orchestra. This is like 50 people doing a dance, and the ants are going this way because the bread's coming that way, and then this happens, the camera comes out and all that. It's like the intro of that giant Hollywood movie that came out that I'm going to forget the name on. Was it Chazelle's movie or whatever it was, a new one about the depravity of Hollywood?
Babylon.
Yeah. It's like, and it's just like, oh, whoa, like, oh, here comes the drums, and it's a dance, man. And yes, for outsiders, I tell my friends and family, you don't want to come watch. You want to come watch in between takes at lunch and actually say hi to the actors and me when we could talk. But when things are happening, it's just going.
That's true. That's true. And that's why it's so important that like who you work with in a movie set, like can make or break an entire set, you know, because it's hot, it's 13, 14-hour days. And if you got people with sense of humor and who enjoy being there, it's doable. It's easy. It's fun. But if you have people who are grumpy, it can get
Miserable. No, as a director, I find like my crew gets tired. They go 10 movies a year. They're doing those hours. They work often after where I'm done and walk away having a laugh with Alec. They're still loading the trucks to get to the next spot. But I don't find enough hours in the day because I'm always having to cut something or move on or re-envision something. Whereas I could just go all day. I also happen to have high energy and people think I do like some sort of upper, but I don't.
Yeah. Well, you're definitely an extrovert. You get energy from other people. Yeah, definitely you.
That's probably what a psychiatrist would say if I paid them enough.
I just told you, so I'll bill you.
Did you take American?
No,
I'll pay you.
Sure. Do you take change?
Buddy, change is hard at my age.
Yeah.
Change is hard at any age.
There you go. Well, you're young enough. Let those, brain folds not be too old yet.
When you're constantly just working on everything, but hey, this is what I live for. This I love this.
Alec, young Noah reached out to me out of the blue. A year ago, 2 years ago. And just called. Said, "Can I have like 5 minutes of your time to talk about the industry?"
Oh, okay.
And that's how this relationship started. I think we've done like 3 or 4 of these interviews now. So.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, you just admire a kid that actually goes and makes the contact, and he's contacted every director in the world, but I'm the one who's not busy enough. So he gets me on the phone, and then
no, that's not true. That's not true. You're just a kind soul. Like I met him. I mean, I've been in lots of movies where we just sort of start shooting the day one, but I met Max before he started shooting. He made the point of creating.
Was that the night we had Lisa and Carly out who were supposed to be on this call too, and we said, "Come meet us and say hi and shoot the shit and talk character"?
Yeah. That was really nice.
Couldn't get Natalie out to that one too. She travels with her 2 kids now and her mom.
Yeah.
And so she's a big studier. So pulling her for socials. I don't know that I've had her on a social dinner since our first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Since Midnight the Magnolia. That was pre-kids, our first movie, the one that I teased you about that she brought COVID to Ottawa.
Right.
Yeah.
Natalie.
Yeah, I mean, every actor sort of works differently too, right? And they need process. Yeah.
And sleep and process and
Sleep's important, yeah. But yeah, we were all in awe of Natalie. The fact that she would, go home. Like sometimes we were done at 1 o'clock in the morning, and she'd go home. The kids were asleep, and they're waking up at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So whereas we got 7, maybe 8 hours of sleep, Natalie was running on 3 hours of sleep. And
no, I know it's hard. This is systematic, and I hesitate to say this in a room full of boys. I feel like my women have worse sleeps. Like they have, just in general, the actresses I talk to here, they don't acclimatize quite as quick. And so I often hear, "Oh yeah, I only got 3-4 hours sleep." I'm like, "How are you doing this?" I'm like, "What about you?" I'm like, "Oh, I went home and dropped my head on the pillow and got 8 hours. This is my normal speed."
Right. Yeah.
And they always are the nicest people in the world, no matter what. The least amount of sleep, little coffee, just on all the time. And I don't know how they do it.
Our Starbucks budget is broken on the film sets nowadays. But you know what? It's whatever helps get you through it. It's better that than something harder that's going to make you not be able to show up to work. So, no, but you're absolutely right. I think the people that make it to Alec and Natalie's position of being top of the call sheet, I think most of us have been on the other side of regular work. And then when you get to lead a call sheet, it's a privilege. And most people recognize. Some forget and let it get to their heads and everything else. But I've been lucky with Alec and Natalie, with Cindy and Jake, with all the other ones I didn't get to. Like, we're just we get to do what we said we want to do when we were young, right? Like Alec as an actor, I don't know. You can speak to that, but I mean, did you know you wanted to do this from day one?
Yeah, from day one. I was in. There's like footage of me in Brazil. I'm like 3 years old, and I'm dressed up as like, this like old guy with like a pot belly, and I had an accordion, and I'm playing, which is música sertaneja. It's like the equivalent of country music in Brazil. And from that moment, something sparked. Yeah,
that's fun though. I mean, and then when did you? Sorry, I'm taking over your interview now.
You're fine, dude.
When did you start turning it into like classes and then passion to commerce?
Yeah, so I was also like a bit of a smart cookie at school, and my parents were like, go get a degree in something else first, and then figure it out. And I did. So I got a biochemistry degree from UBC, and but while I was doing that, I was still going to like theater classes, kind of keeping my hand on it. I was in a few productions, and then after I graduated, I got myself a job and sort of went back straight into the industry. So, but then I ended up with this, like BS degree, this Bachelor of Science degree, and I was like, all right, well, what can I do while I pursue my acting career? And so I teach high school. I substitute so I can take a month off and go to Ottawa.
An American hero, folks.
Yeah.
A Brazilian Canadian American hero.
Yeah. So it's pretty great because I did do the bartending for a while, but service is tough, man. It grinds at your soul.
I did that for 9 years when I made my first movies and drove myself into like $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 in debt on my own movies and American travel. And I bartend 3 days a week and cover my payments. And enough that by the time I turned 29 and got my first real check, I could clear my debts and quit.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's a great American story too. Look at that.
In Ottawa.
Yeah. In Ottawa. Yeah. It happens up here too,
With Canadian dollars.
Yeah.
Do you know how hard it is?
Like the Canadian dollar was really, really low back in the day. Right?
Do you know my first trips to LA was 67 cents or something like that? It was $1.42 Canadian to go live there. So it was like you spent $2,000 there. You're like, oh, it's $3,000.
Yeah, in the 90s. Yeah, I remember that. That's right.
Okay, I'm not that old.
No, are we the same age? I think. Yeah. I think
no, you're like 10 years younger than me. Look at that skin. Softer than a baby's ass.
Well,
can you beep that out?
Thanks, Max. Thanks. No.
Yeah. Your two cheeks are Noah's cheeks. I'm just dancing the line here. I have propriety.
Well, I was at work today, right? And someone went, so when are you graduating high school? I'm like, well, thanks. That was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
I thank you,
it's
but
a compliment. Yeah, thanks every time.
Yep.
And listen, in another 7 years, they're going to let you drink in New York.
That's true.
That's a really weird one for us. It's like you can vote, you can be an adult, you can do life in prison, but you can't have a beer.
Can't have a beer.
That's so bizarre. But you can have a gun. Sorry, I'm not getting political.
No, it's just facts. Yeah, facts for sure. Yeah,
it's really bizarre, the beer laws. I don't get it.
I may or may not have bought a gun when I lived in Florida when I was 16. So
listen, you just need one. You never know when a crocodile is going to cross the street.
Yeah.
Come after your dog.
That's true.
Gotta be holding.
Yeah. Those are true stories. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
you got to give us a Hallmark question, or I'm going to go down off the deep end. And you're going to be bleeping.
Give us. Yeah, that's true.
So, before we started this, you guys said that you guys are going to be doing another film together. Can you give me a little taste?
Wait, I didn't hear that. Do you got news that we're breaking? Are we breaking news today?
There's talks, right? There's talks of another film between you guys.
Okay, where? I would love to talk. I want to talk.
Natalie, maybe Natalie and you.
I got something with Natalie going that we know, but we don't have it locked. But although Alec rides horses, so he should go ride a horse.
That's true. Well, no, I may be going overseas for another Hallmark movie.
Ooh, I'm trying to get on those. Do you know how hard that is to get on those? Because there's benefits to having locals there.
Oh,
I was
I can
shortlisted
imagine.
right after ours for Ireland. I didn't get it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and that was with I think that was with Rachel Lee Cook, and so
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
coming out soon.
Yeah.
You know that she was attached at one point, or loosely attached to my first ever professional film in 2011. So it would have been a fun full circle to say, "Hey, you read my script when I was a nobody, and now we're doing a Hallmark movie in Ireland."
That would. Well, I mean, there's still time. You know, you
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can still come full circle. You haven't missed your chance.
yeah. The prognosis is set, but
It won't be the first time you beat a prognosis, though, right?
hey,
Hey.
and go and get your. Forget it. I was gonna make a colonoscopy joke.
It's 45. Is it 45 when you get your first one, Max? You would know.
40.
It's 40?
With my illness, they do it at 40. Yeah. And
Okay.
I've been lucky enough to go back thrice.
Another Hallmark question, or we're gonna get a
So
colonoscopy.
I got images if you want.
what?
Polyps, baby, polyps.
They come right to your. They come right to your phone now.
Your wife was like, "What in the fuck are they talking about on this interview?"
And you don't even have to swipe right for those. Okay, I'm done now. This is you gotta keep me on track.
We need our girls here.
Yeah, well,
No, they do. They I mean,
make
it's
the world
like that
better.
on set too. Yeah, women do tend to keep everyone on track for sure.
In a good way.
Yeah, in a great way. Yeah.
Left to our devices, I fall to the lowest common denominator in scatological humor. Is the proper way to say it.
Fair enough.
Well, my one ex went, Her mom said, "Men grow older. We just barely grow up."
Wait,
Fair.
I'm gonna think about that when I'm sleeping tonight.
Those dark thoughts at 3 a.m.
Honestly, I sleep like a baby. So,
so with each film, what was it like to work with each star?
did you get scenes with all the actresses?
Not. Yeah, like on the big gala scenes, we got to, there was sort of an ongoing joke because like none of the men know each other,
Yes.
We all meet each other for the first time at this gala. It's like, and you need the B-reel of the men being like, wait, you too, like it'd be a little pointing I'm just Ken situation for sure.
Yeah.
All the other guys like, wait, what? They were all single, all four of them? Like what? Yeah.
What are the odds? What are the odds?
And there are the City Hallmark version.
There were some
you
funny
had scenes with the
people.
women though. Did you saw the women? You had a scene in ours with Ashley, or at least she was in the scene with you in the store.
Yeah.
And then she talked about you when you left. Cindy saw you too, but I don't know if you got to do direct because obviously the movies are airing at different times.
Yep.
And the network didn't want to give away the next movie's ending, so they didn't point fingers to what was happening in the other ones. They tried to keep the love stories contained to their movies.
And ultimately, it's a story about these four.
Yeah.
The four friends. Yeah, and have you seen the poster's incredible. They're so
stunning, right? The color patterns,
colors, yeah.
The trailer's great too, and the crossover of all of them. And no, I think they did good work. And I hear of the crossover type movies that ours were well received internally, so that's always nice.
That is nice, yeah.
And I'll have all of them reviewed.
Okay. Well, don't send me the review unless it's good. You can say what you got to say. Do what you got to do. I'm not trying to influence you with my access to all of the actors you want to talk to. But
fair.
Well, I'll be completely honest with you. I've never said a bad thing about one of your films. I've never given a bad thought about them.
You're a kind man.
Wow.
There's other people where they've tried to influence me, and I'm like,
listen, you got to keep your journalistic integrity. Don't let any of us and any of Alec's charms work on you. Okay.
True. Yeah.
Because it's a interconnected world, and sometimes we gotta get pointed out something, and then sometimes we're gonna need a kick in the butt, and and sometimes it's out of our control. Words that we weren't allowed to change, or a budget, or a set, or a thing that was already preset. So we all do the best every time with what we have.
Mhm.
Nobody's dragging their butts on these things. It's just movies are hard. You see some of the most expensive movies with some of the best stars, directors, writers, and sets, and sometimes there's still a bit of a thud because there's either too many cooks in the kitchen, or the fact is it felt right at the time, but when you see it in hindsight, it just wasn't landing. But
Yeah,
I can tell you,
Megalopolis. Have you seen that? That one?
I haven't seen it yet. It didn't land for you?
No.
Okay, well, there you go. That's breaking news.
Joker 2.
Alec doesn't want to work with, the man.
Yeah, Coppola. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, he's done. He's done. I want Max McGuire.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna start quoting my
news.
own movies. Max McGuire says Max's movie's great. And
So
here's
the
my
breaking
line.
news is your next film is a Hallmark Godfather
Oh my
with
god!
Alec as Marlon Brando.
Wow.
He's
Okay.
gonna stuff some cotton balls in his mouth. To
Yeah.
get the,
Yeah.
with the Latin accent.
Yeah.
I feel
Can
like
we see a Latin like Godfather right now? With some hello, so much.
doesn't it just come Tony Montana? Doesn't it become like
Yeah,
say
but with a
hello
little
to
bit
the
of cotton
friend?
and the gal.
Yeah. Mhm. It's part of the Hallmark. They're branching out, First it's moms, and then it's gangsters and mafia. Yeah.
Well, they do have it with that Sarah Drew series, their Mistletoe Murders or whatever they're called.
Yep.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Jake was on that, and he goes, Max, he goes, I'm on set. You should be directing this. This is really fun, actually. I was like, okay, well, tell somebody there. It's not helping me, telling me. I know what I should be doing. I should be doing everything.
Yeah. Fair.
And he's like, no, I'm going to keep this to between me and you. I'm not telling anybody here.
All the conversations between all the stars and the filmmakers just constantly back and forth. Hey, I'm on this set, or I'm on this and this and this.
I see their Instagrams and I just have envy, but I'm happy for them. And Alec, when I see your Instagram and you're in whatever country you're in, having a ball, I'll pretend I don't care, but I care.
Yeah.
I care.
I know. I'll get you something.
Oh God. Thank you.
Then you have me, and I'm jealous of his other star, Lily. I'm jealous that he got to work with her.
Oh
And
yeah,
I love her.
Lillian Douce-Rouge. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm
Very cool.
highly jealous of that, but
Fair.
Very cool.
Fair.
Well, listen, at the end of the day,
I'm jealous too. Yeah, I just play these characters. It's not a body experience, and then I'm jealous that my characers get to.
your characters get to be cooler.
Yeah, I know. They're always so much cooler than I am.
And I tell people when I was a young single man, I was like, I'm cooler on Instagram, funnier on Facebook, and taller on Tinder.
Yeah.
and then you have me. I'm the same on all that shit.
Honestly,
I'm the same guy. I don't push nothing.
Now it makes it look like I was pushing something. It was a joke. Humor.
Hey.
Hey.
So two more questions for this film, and then we'll go into some fun questions.
Mm-hmm.
Should I ask this? With Cindy's film, you said that her kiss was a little bit spicier than any of your other films.
Whoa.
Is this kiss spicier?
It was not my words.
That was Carly.
Watched them, and we were promoting that movie. So now this is the spiciest kiss. There we go. So theirs was. I actually wasn't on set for their kiss. I was, and so I'm on set for these guys' kiss. So this is the spiciest kiss I saw.
Fair.
What was fun about theirs, their story specifically, is that they were exes back to lovers, right? And so you get a chemistry of cutting through the getting to know each other, where you get to go right into the conflict of already having conflict in your relationship. So you don't got to do the I meet you, nicey. Wait a minute, there's conflict here. It's I know you, we have chemistry, and now let's go back to bickering like the end of our relationship until we realize that was all a misunderstanding, which is different. And so that's like Midnight Magnolia, friends to lovers. You're already friends. And so I don't have to go meet your mom for the first time. It's like now there's like built-in tension, which is the driver of story and rom-com. These ones are often hanging on misunderstanding.
Yep.
And so misunderstanding being the root, and there was a misunderstanding with these guys. And that misunderstanding, you hope, is enough to have a believable moment of, are they going to work out or not? So that when they come back together for the odds-on bet, that it pays off for everybody. And what I liked about your movie is it actually resolved in the finale, whereas all the other movies were emotionally resolved before.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jake and Cindy, no spoilers, but they arrived together, from a snowed-in place. And you guys got to put it together at the end, which is where it should be put together.
Yeah. The spicy level of a kiss, it is definitely depending on the kind of relationship the two people have. And,
yeah.
But yeah, and when it came to this one, I remember like 2 days before I had like a pimple grown here, and I was like,
did you?
I did. No, well, 2 days before the kiss, I had this pimple coming out, and I was freaking out. I'm calling my partner over here in Vancouver, being like, they're gonna fire me. They're gonna think it's, they're gonna think it's something else,
A second face.
And then we get to makeup. She's like, yeah, that's fine. We get those all the time, and she fixes it. And then Natalie goes to me, she's like, oh, my husband gets those all the time. And so I was freaking out for no reason. And
should I be getting one of these?
No, it's like it's just on top of your lip. Sometimes you get ingrown hair.
No, 100% with the beard.
Yeah.
I got them on the corner.
And they tend to be close-ups, so it's weird things that you feel.
You're lucky I don't do these close-ups. Have you noticed? I never do that. I'm always I'm this. I'm a body bite. Yeah, I like feeling. I'm like, we just set this whole background up. Why are we blurring it out?
You don't like to get right in the lips when they meet.
No, although I did once ask. So I will not talk about what movie, but I had a very polite kiss in a movie that was too polite, and it was literally like that. And I was like, okay, I just need a little bit more. We spent 85 minutes getting to know you two.
Right.
And the person's like, okay, yeah, but we want to be polite, right? I'm like, yeah. She's like this. I'm like, okay, we're gonna need to do a little bit more. She says, you don't want tongue. And I was like, no, but you can lead with a little bit of open mouth, and then close, open, close. And she goes like this. I'm like, so I had to do it from 3 different angles to get that 1 second kiss.
Did you have to show them what it was like to do it? Did you have to step in?
I did it with my hands. Yes, I was like,
yep.
Well, I think on this one, didn't you have to be like, all right, cut, you can stop kissing? Wasn't that?
I think you guys couldn't hear it because the snow machine.
You hear it, yeah. Because you keep going until they yell cut. I mean, some actors don't, some actors, but lots of actors we're told to just keep going until they would yell cut. Because sometimes you like to keep.
Yeah, you might not. They might move the camera. They might do something.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we just like to see you guys suffer.
Yeah, so we didn't hear cut because of the snow blowing machine, and it was a very long kiss. Yeah, it was
the shot with the cars, with the snow building up on the cars, with the twinkle lights and the snow coming down the side. I used a shot from our movie in an interview for another movie that they do all visual effects on, and I said, well, here's what we do, and they're like, oh, is that effects? I'm like, if you have to ask. And it was because there's more extras, more falling snow, the snow in the foreground, snow in the background. I was like, we've kind of mastered this in Ottawa. And
that's very true. Yeah,
I know Vancouver and Kelowna does it, or Maple Ridge, and they do it great too, but they kind of blast like everything with like a
I think they're allowed to use the foam here in Vancouver.
You're not allowed to use the it's a different foam. It's like a potassium sort of flake, potato flake or whatever it is. They don't use that anymore because it leaches. And bubbles, what we do is safe because it's fireman foam. So
I see. Yeah.
And then the falling bubbles is just bubble water.
Right. And
I had to do Jake and Cindy had to catch snowflakes on their tongue. They're just eating soap. I was like, you know what, Cindy, you've always had a potty mouth anyway, so eat up.
I've only heard her swear once.
Oh, please. You got to come to dinner with her.
Yeah.
She did this one thing, I think it was for Christmas Con, and she had to quote, I think it was Christmas Vacation, and I'm like, wow, Cindy actually swore. As a Hallmark viewer, I've not heard her swear, but I've seen some of her other flicks, and I'm like, okay.
I'm going to try to get the word shit in a Hallmark movie.
Shit,
Well-
one day, yeah.
I had it. So I did a movie with a kid, that girl Ava Weiss, who I did a few movies with. Guided by Christmas Light, and another one, Snowflake, Falling Like Snowflakes. And we wrote one when she was 9, and it was a kid that is obsessed with this lemonade, and she gets her lemonade stand shut down, and then Becky comes to rescue her from Big Lemonade and take on the city bylaws. And then she answers the door, and my whole crew, we mimic these lines. I don't even know if I remember the line right. But the girl gives her business card. She's like, "Oh my God, you're from the goldenest, tastiest, sweetest lemonade." She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
Then we had to do some alts with like "Holy cow" and "Holy crap."
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think we got away with "Holy crap" though.
Well,
It didn't air on Hallmark though, so maybe that was the reason. It aired in like all the same channels in other countries, but not Hallmark in America. They just weren't ready for a 9-year-old dropping the S-bomb.
well, I mean, we can kill somebody, see the body, knife being out of somebody's back.
Oh, you mean like what gets censored and what doesn't? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting. That is an interesting world. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean-
love and swear words are not the ones they want.
Yeah.
Love and swear. Well, we had a couple swears in a Hallmark movie this past year, and I can't remember what all.
Was it The Village?
It was a rom-com, and I'm like, what the?
I want to see my Latin Marlon Brando just swearing with the accent.
I know. I swear a couple times this movie in Spanish. I pretended I gave him a different translation, but it's just swear words.
Really?
No.
No.
You see how gullible I am?
I know, right? You're like, guys, stop.
Sneak that in next time, Alec.
Yeah.
I'm like a newsie, put on the cap and run down the street and hit the presses.
Look at that. When you first learn a language, the first thing you learn is always the swear words, right?
I'm half Greek. I only know the swear words and pleasantries.
Yeah.
No, you gotta hit us with a Hallmarky question or a story question, and then.
Well, the last one about this film is, if there's one word that you can describe this film as, if you can push this film in one word, what would it be?
One word.
Classic.
Classic?
Yeah, I was gonna use the word poignant.
Oh.
Poignant. Okay.
I was gonna go with romantic or classic. I mean, to me, this is a nod back to the old time, the records with her dad and the house. And I don't know if you know, they did a little bit of ADR to change the intention, the meaning of the Alfred house to her. And so,
What do you mean? Oh, really?
Yeah, they did as opposed to just being your property. There's a tie back to her family and her parents.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. We do some there's some rewriting done in post sometimes.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
So,
cool.
Just a few regular questions. Nothing about a colonoscopy, Max.
Listen,
We're saving that for a
non-Hallmark.
His next Instagram live. Don't worry.
Well, if I share the photos, you can like rate my movies on how many polyps you give them.
Don't tempt me with a good time, man.
Okay.
But anyways, what is your favorite Christmas film? And that's for each of you.
And you can't answer Die Hard, right? Like the typical dude.
You can answer whatever you want.
Yep.
It'll just be telling about you.
I mean, there's some that I always have to watch every year, whether or not it's my favorite. I like The Nightmare Before Christmas a lot.
Oh wow!
But that can be a Halloween film too.
Yeah.
Tim Burton and Love Actually. I really
You actually love that.
I actually love Love
I
Actually.
hated that movie.
I love that movie.
I hated everything about it.
I know, and it doesn't age well, but it's so
No,
good.
it's miserable. It's awful.
Yeah, everyone's sad in that movie.
I
Maybe I just
grew
like being sad.
up-
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
I grew up watching A Christmas Story every year with my mother, my family. That was our classic, and we still quote it like Ralphie, when he's like caught in the snow and can't get up in the snow. Ralphie. My sister's dog's name's Ralph, and we say that to him. And then I think Elf is just so endearing. I think it's a modern classic, and it's
Elf.
he's so good in it, and yeah, those are my two favorites.
Yeah, old timey. It's a Wonderful Life. See again, sad Christmas movies.
Yeah.
I like sad Christmas. I don't know why.
But it's one of the greatest. It's one of the greatest Christmas films ever made.
I just want
Yeah.
somebody to pass a hat around and give me the money.
Jimmy Stewart, what a legend.
Well,
They care. They really care about me.
that old timey, just
Hey,
old
kid.
acting. Oh, that was yeah.
Thanks, yeah.
Hey, see? We're going to sell you Christmas, see? I can't do accents.
That's why I'm a viewer. He's an actor, and you're a director.
I can call balls and strikes. That's true.
Mhm.
What do you want to know about us, Noah?
Okay, so out of the Hallmark stars you haven't worked with, who are the ones that you would like to do a film with besides? You can say ones you know, but stars that you don't know yet. Who would you like to film with that you know and don't know?
Well, just because I met Cindy in the shoot, I really would love to shoot a movie with Cindy because she made me laugh like nobody else. So
It's fucking hilarious.
yeah. So I can't wait to work with Cindy. Max, make it happen.
Listen, you got to call Tim. You got to check with his network affiliations and
Fair. Okay.
yeah, no, she would be rocking. We were actually talking with Carly about like an R-rated comedy with her.
Yeah, no doubt.
If you're just allowed to like unleash the beast
Yeah,
and let her go.
It'd be pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, it'd be pretty fun. For me, it's an old buddy, but I haven't he was in a thriller of mine, and he's from the Ottawa area, but I haven't actually done a rom-com with Tyler Hines.
Oh.
And I've known him for 10 years. And I lived with him in LA when he was just starting to do these back in Vancouver and Toronto. So I watched his meteoric rise, and I think he knows me well enough to be like, I'm going to stick with the classic directors that really do this well. You go learn in Ottawa, Max. And then when you're one of us, I'll let you in.
I think you're there. I think you're there.
Oh shit! Listen, he got to do his. So he did a wheel too, the groomsman, and then he has that giant Kansas City one there, like Kansas City Royals meets Hallmark World.
Yep.
And like he just gets to travel the world doing this. So it looks like you're stepping into the internationals too, and his whole love story took place in Italy or something like that. Classic red convertible. Through the groves and whatever.
I can't say where we're traveling to, but it's a
warm.
It's somewhere I've really wanted to go, which is really exciting. So
is it warm?
It is, yeah.
Is it Greece? I know they're doing
right now. It's in the southern hemisphere. I'll just leave it at that.
Oh.
Can you tease who your co-star is, or do you want to wait till after stream?
I have an idea. Is this with our same executive?
I don't. No, I don't think so.
Does it involve chasing a penguin?
No. But that sounds amazing. Sign me up. Yeah.
I heard something about somebody chasing a penguin in Antarctica.
Southern Chile. Yeah. It might be the same crew because they're doing 3 movies. They're doing one in Brazil. They're doing one Patagonia. And they're doing the other one
somewhere
where I'm at.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Okay, well, listen, this is.
You almost got me there. No, I almost said it. So
close.
Yeah.
But two final questions, and I have to ask Max, how are the dogs? My viewers love the dogs.
I got one under me.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Cable management is poor. I apologize to your viewers. That one's under me. The other one's asleep in the window. We actually have a third dog right now that we're dog sitting, our brother-in-law's dog. So it's a zoo here.
Oh, well. And finally, would you gentlemen like to come back on again when each of you have a new film coming out?
Listen, absolutely, I'm coming back, Noah, because I respect your grind as a young man that loves this stuff. And we'll promise to get you a viral moment eventually.
Well, that Chris Russell one went a little bit, and I'm like, I can't tell you how many people now say, how's the Hallmark Superman doing? I'm like, how do you know about that?
He is Hallmark Superman.
How do you know Hallmark Superman? I mean,
Alex got an American Hallmark Superman.
There we go.
Put the glasses on.
I know. That's true. Yeah, if I put on glasses, I have some Clark Kent vibes going on for sure.
My man, just do the top button up so we can't see the outfit.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're flirting with superhero cars.
And soon we have all the news that he's been cast in the new James Gunn project. Very, very soon, right, Alec?
Perfect.
Listen, they know we exist. Just give them our numbers.
I just want to be in a project so I can get ripped too, right? I hear they put you through the grind. It'd be really nice.
This is within your capabilities in your own time too. You know that, right?
No. I want to get paid to go to the gym, Max.
I got to figure that out.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to figure that. Right now, all I got is shin splints and heel spurs because I walk 18,000 steps with my dogs,
Well,
and we work all day on our feet. So like, my heels are numb. Listen, you've heard enough about my ailments and my chart. So
no, I would definitely. Yeah, I love talking about these movies. It's what a pleasure we get to do, and
yeah, it is.
And and anything that we can talk to fans about them, it's just so cool. Like, what a gift.
And hopefully we have the leader of the podcast the next time, because I wanted my co-host here. She wanted to be here, but there's always the next time.
Always.
You can tell her she dropped the ball and we'll probably never do it again. But
I have to clip this out and just send that to her.
Yeah.
But luckily, I've been able to talk to her multiple times. So I look forward to the next time. And thanks for having us, Noah.
Thank you.
And thank you guys. And as always, well, I can't end without one other thing.
Uh-oh.
Mm-mm.
What is this, an encore?
Just a little bit of thing. Okay, so with our last talk, there was a blooper at the very tail end.
Yikes. What? Who did it?
Okay, wait, what is this?
It was your wife.
Oh, she popped in, didn't she?
She was trying to get one of the dogs or something.
She was, yes. She's getting ready to go to a birthday, so she won't be popping in this time.
Well,
can't make it. You know what? We can't. You're gonna end up calling her for her own interviews going forward.
Well, I mean,
everybody likes my wife more than they like me. That's just a well-known fact in Ottawa. Alex, like, he couldn't agree any faster.
Well, I mean, I do have a friend of hers on Monday, so I might just say, hey, would you like to come on and just bullshit with Becky?
Listen, I'm sure Becky would laugh, and if you can catch her after 3:30 p.m., just give her about 3 hours notice so she can curl her hair.
Good man, good husband.
At 4, so I mean, I could. No.
At 4. Listen, tell Becky to text her if she wants her to pop on. Otherwise, she hides.
Becky with the good hair?
She just got a massive haircut. You're going to see Becky. You're going to premiere Becky's new haircut on your show.
Wow.
Yep.
Here, wait. Is that what you want to do? You want your tweetable moment? I'm going to give you I'm going to give you a sneak peek of Becky's new hair. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
You don't want that one. Wait.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
So, Becky, I spoiled it. Oh, I did it alone.
Oh, are we gone?
He went full screen. Oh, no, full screen. Oh, no. I was like, why? Nobody wants to see
I hold the power. I am the director.
So you're going to see Becky's new hair. So, yeah, you can contact my wife and do your things and see if she wants to spoil her show.
She'll have the biggest life. She's the nicest person I've ever met. I swear to you. She reached out to me and I'm like, how am I going to schedule this? Because I have multiple interviews, but it's Becky. So I kind of have to make room.
You would have a laugh with Becky too. She would, anyhow, listen, all you guys are awesome. It's a privilege to work with all of you at different times. And I'm lucky to work with a few people multiple times that you end up getting a rapport beyond the 14 days that we're grinding through these things. Mm-hmm. And then it's nice to know the human behind the character as well. So I appreciate Alec. I appreciate Natalie, Becky, all these actors I get to work with, and Noah, you and the fans for giving us a platform to even do what we do. And so thank you to all your viewers and friends.
Ditto.
And thank you. And as always, guys, stay tuned because I have interviews lined up with a lot of people soon. I'm going to be a very busy man. I'm going to have no voice, and I have a colonoscopy in 45 minutes. So as always, guys,
share the videos. Talk to you soon.
Keep your heart
Ciao. Bye, guys.
and keep your heart full of
Have a
Hallmark.
good one.